Today's podcast is sponsored by King's Cleaning Solutions. King's offers carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning, natural stone maintenance, area rug cleaning, and hardwood floor cleaning in Kokomo and its surrounding areas. Contact them today for all of your cleaning needs.
Welcome to another episode of The Lamp, brought to you by the Kokomo Lantern. I am Pat Munsey, publisher of the Kokomo Lantern, and today I have with me the founders and masterminds of the Winding Creek Bluegrass Festival.
You make us sound pretty good, Pat.
That's kind of my job, right? I got Duane and Bob here with me. I've known Bob Auth for 25 years now.
I'm sorry.
Which I don't even like to think about how long it's been. But we actually got started before Bob's first love, which was the Kokomo Foster Historic Encampment. So if any of you as kids, now adults, went when it first started, or if you took your kids before we finally shut it down a few years ago, you know how great that was. There was something for everybody, and those reenactments were incredible. Well, a few years ago,
14.
Again, don't like to think about how many years. These two got together and decided, hey, wouldn't it be great to have a bluegrass festival? And it's still going on.
It sure is.
Including one this weekend, the 15th to the 18th, out there, 900 West, right?
Yeah.
The Winding Creek Bluegrass Festival. So, Bob, what you got going on tap this time around?
Well, we have fun time, for starters.
Oh, absolutely there.
And lots of shade. Can't say enough about the shade, but we've got 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's going to be all bluegrass. And there will be food vendors, craft vendors, adult and children's workshops, and we've got our own Stu Lauterbach from Kokomo, Indiana, who does a slow jam. And Stu, he's getting a pretty good crowd up on that slow jam.
Yes.
Nice.
And then all the bands that'll be playing there from all around the country, and one particular band, it'll be their 30-year anniversary, and Nothing Fancy, and they do cruise ships, and they're a big name band, and
they were one of our first bands.
They were
that we started when we started.
And this is their third appearance with you guys, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nothing Fancy, a big 30-year veteran bluegrass band that draws crowds on cruise ships, is coming to Howard County for a third time.
I would say they're known as entertainers.
Yeah.
Just
back in when we started with them, they were 9-time award-winning with SPIGMA, which is a bluegrass organization, Entertainment of the Year. So they're a lot of fun.
And that's your headliner, but you've got so many more bands coming.
yeah, the other headliner will be Thursday and Friday. The Baker family. These are younger. They're in their 20s. One of the daughters plays mandolin, but the fiddle player is Missouri fiddle playing champion, and then the other brother, he plays the doghouse, the big stand-up bass.
Okay.
And they pulled off a song last year, and he actually got that bass out and stood up on it and balanced it and stood on it and played it while his brother played the fiddle, and the sister danced. And you talk about entertainers. So big night on Friday night. It'll be Nothing Fancy and the Baker family. And
I think if you're big America's Got Talent watchers, the Baker family actually appeared on one season of America Got Talent. So, and I think they made it through the first round as well.
I believe they did.
So you might have a little bit of experience with that band, but you can get even more if you show up this weekend at Winding Creek.
And we can't say enough about our local band. What's the name of those guys?
You mean that Brandon something?
Brandon Bluegrass.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Brandon Bluegrass, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
They're good entertainers as well, and so we've got a lot of bands coming in the Baylor family, and big 3 days there, and then we've got another big day coming we're calling it Gospel Sunday. It's a turnabout benefit day.
And this feels a little bit like the Sunday that we would see at Kokomo Foster, and that you would have a church service in the morning before you went out and did your regular events. And that's the same thing you're doing this time around, right?
Church service at 9 o'clock, and then followed with a 5K trail walk.
Which is completely new.
With awards. And folks, if you've ever been out to Kokomo grounds, you're going to get right down into the heart of the Kokomo grounds, going through the woods, and end up out in some nice bean fields walking. That may not sound too good to some, but it's his wife just said the other day she's walking down through there, and she just loved the view of going down through the bean field, and so it will be a full 3.1 miles, 5K, and so you can get online and see all about this.
You can register right now by going to windingcreekmusicfestival.com.
You can, and I did find out this morning that I got a problem on my register paper for the walk. I put Winding Creek Festivals at gmail.com, and it should have Winding
Creek Festivals.
Because my sister-in-law, her kids or her daughter and son and family tried to send me their registration forms, and it failed. So
hopefully by the time that you receive this and you're ready to sign up for this 5K, that'll be fixed, and you'll actually be able to register online. Now, a lot of 5Ks you get a T-shirt when you register, but you're not doing that. You're pushing that into awards and prizes, right?
What we're doing on the T-shirts, most runs run around $20, $30 or more, some $50. This run, you come in on Gospel Sunday, you're $10 as an adult. You get to do the run for that price. And we're hoping then just to sell you a T-shirt at $20. And again, half that money will go right into Turnabout to help them. They're out of Rushville, and they bridge hope for people who have struggling with addictions or struggling with just life in general. So that's it's going to be
it's a benefit run for them, but your ticket price gets you into the race.
Yeah. So when you get done with the race, you can go eat. You can
listen to some bluegrass.
Hear some bluegrass music. We've got something fun this year. It's called the Enchanted Tree Maze for kids to go down there and walk through. And in fact, we've been getting it groomed out. My grandson and another young man named Lucas Schedule came and helped clearing it out, and we're gonna use some caution tape, and we're gonna make it a fun little challenge for families.
Very cool. Now, one of the really neat things about this Bluegrass Festival is it's going across 4 days this year instead of 3, so you've expanded into that Wednesday slot, right?
Well,
Thursday slot.
Through Sunday.
I don't count real well.
Yeah, it's really been 4 days for several years, but we're just going that 4th day going into the Gospel Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but one of the cool things about these 4 days is when there isn't somebody on stage, and sometimes when there are people on stage, you're still going to be able to travel the grounds and find other people playing. Just
Absolutely.
Pick up playing. Though you, when I talked to you, Duane, you were talking about how people like to go up to the log cabin that was put on there for Kokomo and sit on the porch and pick and grin. And a lot of times the actual band members from the featured bands join them. Is that right?
Yeah, we do that usually on Thursday night. At the end of, we ask the band members come up and play. And sometimes we'll have like 30 people or more there, just jamming with the band members. But also during the other days, a lot of times the band members come up and play anyway. Yeah. So Thursday we ask them to, but the other nights you usually find a couple band members up there.
Yeah.
So you get to play yourself, and you get to play with some pretty famous and accomplished bluegrassers.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get that everywhere. I'll just say that right up front. It's not very often you get the interface with the stars of the show. So I think that's a big draw for Winding Creek. Another big draw is your camping. It's really affordable and shaded.
It's so affordable, it's free.
How about that? See?
It's primitive, but we really encourage quiet generators. That's important. But we've had some people bring some loud ones in. We don't turn them down, but we put them out by the cornfield. And but these quiet generators are really nice, and you can get them all around. And Predators or Honda, they're so quiet you can hardly hear them run. So
just a little bit of advice: if you plan on camping, be quiet about it. But regardless, it's free. You can do it all weekend long. It keeps you close to the action. And everything you're going to need is on site. You've got great food vendors lined up.
Oh, yeah.
So you can eat all your meals there. Tell me a little bit about the workshops that you've got planned out for kids and adults both.
Okay. Well, let's go with children's first. The workshops there, we're picking a couple nice bluegrass tunes, and it's all about preserving bluegrass history. And Debbie Lanning kind of heads that up, and it's also sponsored by Central Indiana Bluegrass Association. And then I teach fiddle, Carol Wainscott does mandolin, and sometimes Alec Hurtubise or John Funk teaches banjo. And so we have a workshop during the day, and if anybody participates if they're over 12, they get in the whole festival free all weekend just because of participating in this. That's how much it means to us to preserve this music. 12 and under are free regardless. So then on Saturday we have a workshop through the day, and then at 5 o'clock we all get together at a fire pit, and then we show the public what they've learned.
Oh, okay.
And we have some pretty cool. These kids are great.
All right.
And then the adult workshop, nothing fancy. The prime band they're going to be teaching the workshops for the adults.
Okay.
This all takes place on Saturday morning, and you can go online to the schedule and find the actual times.
And while we're online, that's a great place to order tickets, and you're right up against it to get a really good price. So
Yes.
by the time you're watching this, you don't have a whole lot of time. As soon as you finish watching this, you need to hop online because there's a discount, right?
There it is.
Yeah, there's a nice discount all 4 days, $55. Again, free camping. Or you can go 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at $45. Those prices will go full price come August the 13th at 12 midnight. And so then they'll go full price. So 55 becomes 70
Gotcha.
per person. And so we really encourage people to go online, get their tickets now. The weather really is looking good. Little chance of rain, but not bad. But the temperature is going to be in the 70s
Oh, it's
and low
fantastic.
80.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Sure. So, and on Sunday, you've also got Mrs. Kate for the kids.
Mrs. Kate.
So she's going to be doing some puppetry, some sing-along, keep the kids occupied. Are we missing anything else they're doing that's going on?
The walk around the Enchanted Tree Maze. We're going to have 4 bands playing music there, 3 to 4 bands, and so as adults walk around and maybe the kids are in the tree maze, they can hear music and be near their kids, and it's going to be a relaxing walk. And if you're older, we've got a golf cart that'll give people a ride down a hill, drop them off on the flat land, and continue the walk.
All right. So again, this is going to happen this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 15th through the 18th. If you need more information about this, you're going to go to www.windingcreekmusicfestival.com because the address is a little hard to explain. It's on 900 West. It's out in the middle of the country. But you'll find a map on that website.
Lots of signs.
And I'm guessing you could probably put it into your little TripAdvisor on your car. And your car, smarter than me, it's going to know how to get out there the first time. Not saying that I didn't look around the first time, but I did. Of course,
You've never been lost coming out there.
the very first time I was, yes. But the very first time I was out there, none of that was out there yet. So.
Yeah.
I've known him longer than Kokomo existed.
Yeah, you have.
And I survived, so that's great. But, so is there anything else we need to add about Winding Creek other than show up, have fun, have a great weekend?
And bring your lawn chairs.
Oh, yeah.
And if you play, bring an instrument. Doesn't matter how good or bad you are playing. We want you out there having a good time. And bluegrass people love you to try to play even. They like you to be able to play, but they like you out there trying to play their music.
They've never kicked us out yet.
Never kicked us out.
And maybe they'll kick Bud out this year.
Yeah, they
Bud
might.
Fields.
Well, oh, Bud, there's your warning.
Well, we're getting ready to put up Christmas lights out there. It's a festive feeling out there.
Okay.
So
sounds like there's going to be a little
Good
extra
time.
coming this fall. Maybe we'll talk about then.
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Like I said, everyone, Winding Creek musicfestival.com for all the information. And show up this week and have a great time. Thanks for watching another episode of The Lamp. I'm Pat Munsey. Please be good to each other.